So as you may have gathered thus far, I really do like to try to break things down to their simplest points. So for the instrument tie, in training, there were several times where I might have lost count of whether I was going right to left or left to right. And so in an effort of saving myself some of that mental power, the way I approach this is I just break it down into simple steps that never change. So I will always start with taking my needle driver and laying them between the two aspects of the suture, the tail, which would be the unattached end. I'm going to go ahead and pull that through just a little bit more. And the lead end, which has the suture still, the needle still attached to it. So always instrument parallel to the wound, over the wound, between the two aspects of the suture. Will not be using my pickups for this. The needle is loose, so unless I were to grab it actively, it's not a risk for sharp at this point. I mean, we're still aware of it. It is still a risk, but we are being mindful, and this is an appropriate way to do an instrument tie. So I grasp the lead edge. The first throw is a surgeon's knot, so that's 2 loops. So I'm always throwing the lead edge over the wound. So instrument driver over the wound, parallel, grab the lead edge. First knot I throw twice, once over, twice over. I keep a little tension there so it doesn't slide away. I come back, I grab the tail, I pull through, and then my hands cross. So the lead end and the tail end go to opposite sides of the wound that they started on. And that surgeon's knot holds it tight. And then those are the steps. We just repeat them over and over again. Well, I mean, over and over and over and over, 3 to 5 times. Instrument tie, parallel to the wound, over the wound. Grab the lead end, throw it over the instrument. All subsequent knots are just 1 throw. Grab the tail, and arms switch to opposite sides. So pull across. And we repeat. Instrument, over the wound, parallel to the wound. Lead edge, throw once over the wound, over the instrument. Grab the tail. Pull through, and arms switch sides. Instrument, parallel to the wound, over the wound. Lead edge throws over the instrument. Grab the tail. Pull through, and arms switch sides. One more for good measure. Instrument over the wound, 1 throw over the wound. Grab the tail. Arms pull through, and switch sides. And then we would pull the suture over to one side so that the knot is hubbed up against the skin. It's intact, and then with our scissors, we would just grab and snip as you like, leaving a couple centimeters because we want these to be easy to find. And there we have it. Then we could repeat again, either splitting the distance on both sides, or as we'll discuss in another module, some people like to take the space between sutures as 1/2 of the distance from here to the edge. That's getting a little more into the weeds and perhaps a bit more appropriate for higher tension or surgical sutures, but depending on the patient, depending on the wound and the location, absolutely could be appropriate for the urgent care setting. So that is our instrument tie. Thank you guys for your attention, and we'll talk more about this as we go. Thanks.